Chicken fried rice is a delicious and nutritious meal that doesn't take a lot of effort and is something everybody can prepare. In order to make chicken fried rice that looks this good, today I will be explaining the prerequisites and ingredients needed, as well as how to actually fry the chicken fried rice, and steps and things to avoid along the process. I have been making chicken fried rice for the past 3 years, which is why I'm going to be explaining how to do it. The first prerequisite is to have chicken and also rice that is at least a day old. If the rice is not a day old, then it will be too starchy and won't taste right. Next, you're going to want to get some canola or olive oil. We used to pick canola, some sesame oil, and oyster sauce. Those will be used to season the chicken fried rice and really give it its distinctive flavor. You're also going to want salt, pepper, and onion powder, and also peas and carrots that can be frozen or fresh, at least 2 eggs, and also a wok or pan to fry the rice, and most importantly, soy sauce, which is what is actually used to fry the rice. The CDC estimates that Salmonella bacteria causes about 420 deaths in the United States every year, which is why you want to make sure to pre-bake your chicken in order to make sure that it's not raw and it's cooked thoroughly. After putting your chicken in the oven in order to bake, because that will take a little bit, you're going to want to make and scramble your eggs. And you're going to want to do that in a bowl other than the wok, because the wok is ideal for stir frying, according to the Los Angeles Times in an article published in 2015, because as the food is cooked, it's pushed up to the sides of the wok, where the remaining food is cooked on the bottom, and a wok uses less oil than a conventional large skillet, and its high sloping sides contain most of the splatter. The chicken and eggs should look something like this once they're done, and we dice the chicken after it's cooked in order to spread them evenly throughout the chicken fried rice. Cooking the carrots and peas is the next step of the process, and something you want to watch out for is to make sure that the carrots and peas are cooked thoroughly, especially if they're frozen. This can be done by testing the carrots once you think they're almost done by trying them and making sure they're not chewy. We like to put onion powder in order to give them a lot of flavor, as well as salt and pepper, and this helps to also flavor the chicken fried rice before you have to fry it, which takes a little bit of stress off of the cook. When you've determined the carrots and peas have been cooked thoroughly, add in the scrambled eggs and also diced chicken from before in order to heat them together and also help the flavors mix together. Something you want to avoid in this section is making sure that one of the ingredients is not burned or cooked more thoroughly than another, because that can upset the balance of flavors and make it taste bad if you've burnt food. Put the peas and carrots into a separate container after they've been mixed together and get ready to fry the rice. First, turn up the heat on the stove and put canola oil or olive oil, whichever one you're using, into the pan. Something to watch out for here is to make sure your rice is mashed and spread beforehand, otherwise that can really slow down the cooking process. Soy sauce, 4 to 5 tablespoons is the amount you want to put in the rice, is used in order to fry the rice. Something to watch out for here is to make sure you spread the soy sauce evenly around the rice in order for it to become fried evenly. If you're serving guests, make sure they're not allergic to oysters, because according to the National Library of Medicine, around 2.5% of the general population is. However, oyster sauce is a good ingredient to use about a tablespoon, and it gives a very distinctive flavor to the chicken fried rice, which helps with the overall palate. The key ingredient to chicken fried rice is the sesame oil, because it gives it its distinctive smell, which is one of the biggest factors playing into taste. And you're going to put about a tablespoon of the sesame oil into the chicken fried rice and mix it in. That concludes the portion of how to fry the chicken fried rice. Next, put the ingredients that you made earlier, the peas, carrots, chicken, and scrambled eggs, back into the chicken fried rice and heat them all together. This is the final step of the process in how to actually prepare the chicken fried rice. Once those have been preheated together, you can put those into a bowl and serve them to your guests. Today, I've talked about how to make chicken fried rice. First, the prerequisites are just all the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need a stove and also a bowl. And then once you fry the rice, after that, you're good to go. Enjoy a tasty, delicious snack.